Hello everyone, we are back. Okay, wait, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Let's cancel that. Anyway, so we are back again, going to take on Generator A and turn it back on. So thanks everybody for the support. I, got support rather fast and I was surprised, very pleasantly surprised. So thanks for all the support, guys. Anyway, so take down these crawl tanks. We all know them. The easy guys just go down with one charge beam. So generally, yes, I do feel this is a pretty easy shooter game because of that kind of stuff. But these doors, which are really annoying. Okay, let's see. I'll just lock on. It goes blue then. Okay, sorry guys. I usually get this on my first try. Okay, anyway, just grapple the door off, and there you go. And you'll meet some guys in here. You can't attack them whatsoever, so if you try, they just fly away. No damage whatsoever, and they just get away. And, of course, the generator isn't so lucky. Goes down. Oops, sorry. Anyway. So, nothing really important here until you get down here and meet the Jolly Rogers. Just want to scan one here. You don't get that 100% the scan department and everything. Okay, come on guys. There. Okay. Jolly Roger drone. Fast. Anyway. Just lock on to these guys. You can do the dodge. Okay. Anyway. There you go. That's what that is. That's what happens when you fall to your death. Sorry about that. Anyway. Back to this part. So, what you want to do is lock on to the one. This reminds me a lot of the Hive Mecha battle in the beginning of Metroid Prime. So there are going to be two waves of these guys. It's pretty easy. It's a lot easier than the Mecha battle. No matter what you're playing on, if you're playing the trilogy or whatever. Anyway. But yeah, just take these guys out. It's pretty easy. But they can be a real pain. Come here, where are you? You can always look at that little thing in the top left corner, though. That'll tell you where they're at, somewhat. But I find it a little bit unreliable. Anyway, so now the gate lowers. And we have access to the little thing to activate the generator. So really blowing up the generator just knocks some rubble in front of a crate. That's kind of an underdone on the Space Pirates part, but, just pull another lever. Been doing this so far, it's pretty easy. Anyway, I don't know, this game still feels a little bit different than the Prime series. I mean, this feels a little more like a separate deal because they added dialogue and everything. I mean, kind of Metroid Prime 2 had it with the whole, talking to Umos and everything, but still, this added a lot of detail in the dialogue and such. So, I don't know what to think about that. I mean, Metroid Fusion obviously did that part first, but, I don't really know, because this game just feels a little bit different. The graphics look a little bit different. It's just different. But I think it's a good type of different, but I'm not quite sure it's quite that.
Samus, are you reading me? Something big is happening up here. What in the name of...
Why is it never something small?
Samus, it's heading right at you. That's why the pirates disabled the defense system. They intend to smash this thing into Norion. Get that cannon back online, or everyone down there is as good as dead.
Yeah, I love this music. Anyway, back to the whole thing. So if you don't know what that little thing flying through space is, it's a Leviathan seed, which is coming to implant this thing with the same thing that hit the old, thing with like Talon 4 and with Ether. It's what hit them. Yes, that thing's going to smash into us unless we get that cannon back online.
All clear.
Okay, so a new guy. So scan him quickly. And yes, he is a Federation Marine.
What the heck is that?
Hey, that looks a lot like Meta Ridley to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Obviously. Anyway, we're just gonna grab a quick save here, if you want to. I'll just do it. You can always also fly your ship down to the little dock to get a little flying type cutscene, but it's not really important. So, now it's time to go stop that, meteor from smashing into us. So, the music may sound dramatic, but there is no countdown or anything whatsoever like that until later on. So, you're completely free to just, roll with it and explore. But, it's not really necessary. You can just... There, I got him, barely. So, yeah, this guy now has, since he has a shield, it's important. Anyway, we already know them. The PED troops. Guys who can now use Phazon, which is also known as, which is the cause of all our troubles. Or at least that's kind of the whole corruption thing. We'll get into that later, and I don't want to spoil too much of it for you. But these crawl tanks are, what we could have farmed earlier for an unlimited number of those nice friend vouchers, which you can there add. This game adds an online component to it to try to probably compete with like Call of Duty, Halo type stuff with not a multiplayer in this game like they had in Metroid Prime 2 or online type multiplayer. They tried to add a new step, which was, and their new step was, I believe, in this one, the new step was adding friend vouchers so you can send it to somebody else who has the game. Anyway, so just roll through here for another cutscene. Just by the way, that's a Berserker Knight, not a Berserker Lord. Just, it's a little detail, and we'll have to fight Berserker Knights later. And yes, that's Ghor. Remember him? We found him, scanned him earlier. Yeah.
This one has finished bothering us. Go on ahead. I will stay here and protect the area. Proceed quickly to Generator C.
And reactivate the defense system before we're all vaporized. Go on! Get out of here!
Now here's the thing though. Ghor is a really powerful guy with machinery type technology.
Scans of the meteor have detected massive quantities of Phazon. It could be some sort of bomb.
Obviously. Anyway, besides that, back to Ghor. He's very good with machines, so why doesn't he help us? Well, because we obviously have to do all the work all the time. So we already scanned them, and they died by ceiling problems. Scan this door quickly for a little research bonus. And let's move on. Anyway, so Ghor is very good with machines according to his logbook and everything. So I mean, like, why can't we, just have him do the work? But it doesn't really matter, so back to the other idea that I wish in this game you could play as the other bounty hunters. Just as a thing like in Metroid Prime Hunters, it'd be a real big wish of mine if you could play as them through a sideways campaign, kind of like what like Bioshock did with sorry, I'm blanking on the name. It's with Bioshock 2 and the, what's that called again? The version where they had the whole the DLC for it. Anyway, never mind. Minerva's Den, that's right. Sorry about stuttering about that. Anyway.
The meteor will enter the planet's atmosphere soon. There is no time to lose, Samus.
Anyway, so, as I was saying, yes, DLC would be a very nice thing for this game, but I don't really care too much because this game's great on its own. I already missed it, but if you don't get hurt in this tube at all by Meta Ridley, then you will get a friend voucher or something, but I've never successfully done it because, as you see, I am not good at that part. So he fires 3 and then tries to fight you. And then after that, he'll leave us alone. And he crushes the tube, so you can't go back. So just keep rolling forward. Pretty basic. Also, the fact of the morph ball, it's kind of a weird invention. I mean, some could say it's like, technology based. Or some could say Samus is just a contortionist. There's a lot of theories about it, but, Who knows, really? And now his formula is to fight like that in the pattern of 3, and so you can quickly end him there. And he will not attack you again for a little while, meaning about 5 minutes. So we have some time.
I was able to get Generator B back online.
Wow, Rundus actually helped us.
Here they come again.
There's a save station here if you're not aware of that. And we're going to have a little more before we end this part. Just a little, not much, but, you know, just a little. So there we are, all replenished. Yes, it's really a cool thing in the Prime games where you can have the save stations replenish your health. Like, after you get used to the games like Fusion where that doesn't happen, it's really irritating because Fusion's pretty hard, besides it being the Metroid game I've played the most, but I'm getting off topic here. Oops, sorry. Okay, orange. Sorry, it's just sometimes I'm not quite used to the setting of like super sensitive. I'm used to the old setting, but super sensitive is a cooler setting.
Space Pirate Gray is definitely not my style. Machines aren't my thing either, so I'll let you get this generator back online. Thanks, Sammy.
Well, thanks so much. Leave another generator to me, huh? But, you know, if she could imitate guys like Ghor, shouldn't that mean she's good with machines? Okay, anyway. So, yeah, but also she's our competition, so obviously she wants us to, you know, like do all the work and probably get killed on the job or something. And Ghor is kind of a guy who just likes the warrior stuff of everything. And Rundus is a guy who's very confident in his abilities and is kind of like working alone. Yes, that's what I meant. Anyway, so obviously since this generator couldn't work easily because nothing ever works in video games, we have to now go through there and have a lot of fun getting killed. Or not really getting killed, I'm just kidding about that.
Samus, our efforts to slow the meteor have failed. You must hurry.
Great. Those cutscenes, those little dialogue things will come along. And they don't really matter because Unit 242 is just there. He's not a great character. Anyway, so go this way. And you can bomb up this way. But I just wonder, why do they have to attack you in the Morphol tubes when you're doing all this work, you know? But I don't really care, because the guy's a really bad shot. And if you're fast enough, you'll avoid most of what he shoots at you. So you're putting out this ramp on top so you can get to an area on top of this area. So why would you want to do that, you may wonder? Well, here's the answer. If you don't do that, I learned by experience my first time, when I forgot to activate the bomb slots. If you roll out there, you fall to your death. And then you have to do it all over again. So don't do that, and just go this way. Makes it a lot easier, and that's the whole point of the puzzle. Yeah, Metroid's one of those puzzle type games, full of it. So anyway, you would fall to your death here. Also, the Morphol is actually pretty good through this part. Just don't like flick the remote like that, you know, if you're rolling, because you'll fall to your death. Anyway, that's not a very good thing. And so go this way, up here, and it's time for activating the final bomb slot. And that's actually where we're going to end this part, peoples. So, thanks for watching. Leave some comments and some, you know, information, like anything you want to tell me about games or Metroid games. So, thanks, and I will see you guys in the next video.